Yeah. It's Monday. I think we in week 9. I'm excited. I know one person that's really happy right now. Rapper Max B got released after 16 years in prison. But he's actually done a lot more time than that. We're going to talk about that in the main topic. But before that, we got some other things we got to get to. But before that, I got to get y'all fed. So we got a lot to do. Matter of fact, let's go into the intro. Yeah. How's it going, y'all? Starting out the week the right way. Man, I missed y'all over the weekend. I think we're gonna have to start doing weekend shows. I don't like being away from, I don't like not, man, I gotta work. I gotta put the work in. Like, for me, like, I love the journey. I love just putting in like the extra effort into doing all of this. And I just appreciate y'all, like, honestly. And, you know, the numbers, they've been creeping up. You know, I know it takes time, and I'm definitely willing. Like, listen, always bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself, all right? We're going to talk about it in a little bit. What I got to do right now, though, is I got to make sure that I get y'all fed, because it's like, you know, it's past dinner time, I feel like. Or no, it's about perfect for dinner. Some people would say that you should have dinner at like 5 o'clock. I'm more like a 7 to 8 o'clock dinner person. I think like 7 to 8 o'clock's a good time. However, you know, we got different time zones, so you know we gotta be right there in the middle of it all. Let's go ahead and bring y'all over to what we're having before we get into all of the news coverage. Government shutdown coming to an end. What do y'all think we're gonna have? It's cold outside. In the Midwest, we already got snow in the Midwest. We had some dusting of snow over the last couple of days. There was some snow on the ground. The ground's starting to freeze up. It's cold. So I thought we could have something that's kind of warm, that'll warm us up. Perfect on a cold night. Yeah. Yes. Delicious vegetable pot pie. I didn't want to move that. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me do something real fast. All right, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and watch this video. I wanted to use a smaller content creator for this. So actually, I'll pull it up for you. This right here, let me move this down. This right here is bake, eat, and review. All right. At the time of this recording, they have 594 subscribers. 594 subscribers. I want to give them their 595th subscriber. So let's go ahead and do that right now. We got to take care of our fellow YouTubers. There's enough for all of us out here. I've learned that. I've learned there's a niche for everybody. We can all do very well on YouTube in our own respective niches. All right. So we're going to also give this content creator a like. And now we are going to watch their video. So you can go ahead and subscribe. Let's actually refresh it real quick. Let's see that 595 pop up.
Craving comfort food
we got it right
on a
there.
Cold night? Today on Bake Eat Review, we're making a hearty veggie pot pie that will have people coming back for seconds. Let's get started on our prep for this dish.
Only 2 potatoes?
We will peel and chop our potatoes.
I need more potatoes than that.
Chop our onions, celery, and carrots. The potatoes add some bulk to this pot pie. I'm chopping the potato into small cubes so that not only will they cook easily and quickly, but also the cubes will be nice bite-sized pieces. And of course, onions, celery, carrots, and peas are classic to this dish. Feel free to add other vegetables to this dish, such as green beans, broccoli, or even squash. We will take a few sprigs of thyme and simply strip the thyme off the sprig. Now
Fresh
at the
thyme.
oven, we'll start by cooking our potatoes.
We got a grocery store. I don't know if it's around the world, but it's definitely in Minnesota called Fresh Thyme. So I guess that's where they got the name from.
Cubes. Once they are cooked, we will drain them and put them aside for later. This is an optional step if you want to have a protein in your pot pie. Today I'm cooking with some seitan chicken until it's browned, and again setting it aside. And
Okay, hold on. We got to give her an L. I mean, not an L. I'm sorry. We got to give her a W. She went with the plant-based chicken. I didn't even know she was gonna pull up plant-based. I always tell y'all you got the option. I don't mind if you aren't going plant-based or vegan, but I always tell you there's an option to go plant-based on all the meals that we make. And she just did it. Just off jump. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you get to see it right here. And I guess there was a reason that I knew to pick her. All right,
I'm
awesome.
cooking with some seitan chicken until it's browned, and again my veggies that I
All right, we're gonna
prepped
speed it up a little
with the
bit.
flour, adding. Now that the lumps have been removed, I will slowly add my soy milk to the sauce. Again, bit by bit,
yeah.
and stirring in
So
between.
she going plant-based the whole way. She got soy milk.
Adding to our sauce our salt, pepper, and thyme that we prepped earlier.
You know she really be cooking because she got the measuring spoon. Like if this was me, I'd just grab a pinch, and that'd be the end of it. Like I'm definitely not doing no measuring spoons at all.
Salt, pepper, and thyme that we prep. I find if the pieces are too big, then it goes to the bowl with the cooked veg. Finally, we will add our pot pie filling to a baking dish. Last step is to add the top to our pot pie, and for this, I'm cheating a bit and using some vegan puff.
She didn't even and I want to hear what she said again. She didn't even go and get like the pie crust, because you know you can buy the pie crust frozen. You can get like from Pillsbury or whatever. You can get the frozen pie crust after you make everything. Just pour it in there and then put it over. She actually made the pie crust herself. I'm rocking with her. We're gonna have to check out more of her stuff. Let me see what she said about some vegan pie crust. Let me see.
Step is to add the top to our pot pie, and for this, I'm cheating a bit and using some vegan puff pastry. All you have to do is roll it out and add it to the top of the pie.
She said that.
Now our pie is ready for the oven.
I don't even know what that is.
We will bake it at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes.
That's it?
This has just come out of the oven and it's nice and piping hot. It is one of my favorite dishes to serve company. I really like the puff pastry with this. You could do it with a pie shell. It works.
We're gonna leave it right there. I think that looks incredible. Shout out to her. I think she did a really good job on this. You like it, Lola? You rock even if it's plant-based, you still like it if it's plant-based? A lot of people would say, nah, I need real chicken. I need real cheese. I need real milk. You know, a lot of people ain't really rocking if it's not they need their meat. They need their meat. Lovely said cool. Lovely said perfect. I ain't gonna lie, that looks really good, especially on a cold night. You know, that's gonna warm you up. Yeah, I really like this. I think that she did an excellent job. So I definitely want to give her credit. And, you know, we got a little more time tonight, so we're gonna chill going through these stories. We're not gonna be rushing. We're gonna get to Max B for sure. We gotta look at a few things before that, but go ahead and help yourself. We got a huge pot of pot pie over there. So go ahead and help yourself to that. Have as much as you'd like. And you can even you can even have leftovers to go. You can even take a plate to go, all right? So we got that. That is our meal. Let's go ahead and get into the show. I'm just chilling. Let me go back. Let me take it off black and white. Let's go color. I got college basketball playing in the back right now. I got college basketball. I'm watching, is it Mississippi State? Looks like Iowa. Is it Cyclones? They got the Cyclones. Iowa's in the back. No, that's State. Yeah, Iowa State versus Mississippi State. I got college. I got it in the back. So if I look a little bit distracted at times, you see me looking off screen over to the left. I'm looking at college basketball. I just tipped off. I love college basketball more than the NBA for sure. More than the NBA for sure. So I got the game on. We're just hanging out tonight. It's Monday night. It's cold outside. We need to be inside right now and just kind of hang out. Oh, they're at the Sanford Pentagon. Okay, I've been there before. I've actually officiated at the Sanford Pentagon multiple times, actually. They hold college collegiate camps there. So I've been there more than once. A very great venue. The Sanford Pentagon, actually, they got their main court in the center, but then around it, it's shaped like a pentagon, and there's a whole bunch of courts surrounding the Pentagon. I wish I could show y'all what I'm looking at. Looks incredible. I wish I was out there right now. Wow. It's a lot of the tournaments is going on now to start the season, and you get like some more tournaments, and high school basketball is about to start up. High school basketball is about to start. Going to be a real fun season this year. It's going to be very fun. All right. I wanted to, I don't know. How do I want to start this? Because the government shutdown is looming to end soon. I mean, they got to put like a little more red tape to get through, and then the government shutdown is going to be over. Why don't we look at it like this? Because there are some, like the people that are on the Democrat side are upset right now. The Democrat constituents, the Democrat supporters, the liberals, they're upset. The Republicans, they held strong. They said, we're not budging, and they gave not a single inch. Maybe like a half an inch. And we're seeing that the Democrats are very upset right now, their constituents, over the outcome of the shutdown being finished. They didn't want that. So when we look at this, we're going to go ahead and look at it from the side of the Democrats and see how upset they are. We'll look at CNN to start, and then we will check out some of the actual, because I always go to the ground floor, and I want to always hear from the people. So we'll go news story, then we'll go to the people, and then we'll look at maybe some guys like Bernie Sanders and Don Lemon to end it off. But government shutdown has got to a point where it's pretty much a done deal. It's going to be over with very shortly here. Let's check out what they are talking about over on CNN. We'll go to this part in the video where they begin to show a lot of contention.
It's some measurable percentage, which is a lot more than zero.
So then what do you say to the Democrats who argue this deal is a terrible mistake, it's an empty promise or even a betrayal, especially after the recent election where you saw Democrats have big wins? Why exactly, in your view, are they wrong on that?
Because they don't tell us how it ends. Are we going to stay in the shutdown for another month through Thanksgiving into Christmas? There's no end game. And people are going to feel the same way they do 2 weeks from now or a month from now, only a lot of Americans are going to suffer in the meantime. So if they had a plan, if the Democrats said, okay, here's what's going to happen on this, and this, there's no such thing as just continue the shutdown and hope that the Republicans come to the table, which we know they won't. We've learned that. And there's no evidence that they're going to come back in a week or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And in the meantime, we're hurting a lot of people. If this was just a debate between politicians in the Senate about, we're here for the weekend and we want to get it over with, that'd be one thing. But people are being damaged by virtue of the continuation of the shutdown that's not getting us anywhere. A good general, if the battle plan isn't working, you change the battle plan, you try another tactic, especially if what's happening is danger to your troops. And that's what we're talking about, is danger to the American people in the service of a strategy that isn't working and has no prospects of working.
So then do you think the Democrats who voted against this deal caved?
Who voted against it? Well, no, they were saying, no, we want to keep going, we want to keep fighting. And my problem is
I'm sorry, the Democrats who voted for it, did they cave?
No.
Because they had been holding out, and they had been holding out for the reasons that you laid out, and then they voted for it.
And then, but what happened was people like Jean Shaheen and Maggie Hassan, who had voted no all the way along, said, you know, we're not getting anywhere. I mean, that's the basic point. We've been at this at the longest shut.
So these are the Democrats that basically wanted to end the shutdown and went against the rest of the party. So they're being called out by name and picture and photo on places like CNN, and also we'll see some people over on TikTok very upset at it. What happened with this situation was Trump is like the daddy right now. He's like the daddy of the household, and he said, you're not getting your way, you little brats over on the Democratic side. Absolutely not. And they're like, well, can I please like just get like something possibly? Like, can I have some candy? It looks like an independent there too. Can I have some candy, please? And Trump was like, oh, think about it. Now go back over there and do your homework, you little brat. And the Democrats, you know, they ran off and they basically have been whining this whole time, all not to get their way, because they letting Trump act as their parent. They're not equal to him. They said we're underneath you. Just please, please, please consider giving us our allowance. Pretty please. So this is crazy. All right. Now also, we'll hear a little bit more of how they're feeling over there. This is MSNBC.
Northern California. And so I think their litmus test was, I have a number of Republican constituents in my state. I want to keep the government going. But again, back to the earlier conversation, polling doesn't bear that out. The majority of Republicans supported the idea of continuing these subsidies in addition to the majority of Trumpers. And so the other part of this is, I think Democratic voters want to see their leaders lead. Democrats always surrender in these conversations and negotiations with Republicans. And I think Democratic voters are sick of that, and they want to see some real fight, some effective fight. I think in the idea of, you know, the government shut down for several weeks, which is a very bad thing, and then Democrats surrender with no real gains from that situation. I think that is problematic for voters. The Speaker in the House has already said
the white flag.
he will not bring this to a vote. And
They
again,
waved
the
the white
numbers
flag,
don't add
the
up for
Democrats.
Democrats in either the House or the Senate in terms of advancing these subsidies. And so I'm just not clear what Democrats got out of this.
Congressman, do you think Republicans will ultimately agree to extend these Obamacare subsidies? You point out it seems like the politics otherwise would be disastrous, no?
Well, yesterday, a Republican, Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, said it is morally the right thing to do to extend them because the people who are suffering are more in Republican districts. And he said politically, we would be stupid if we don't. That's coming from a Republican. But I will say Republicans certainly this year under Donald Trump have been politically stupid. So will they heed the advice of Jeff Van Drew? No, they're all over the place. I mean, this morning, Donald Trump's both threatening, the people threatening air traffic controllers. If you're not in your job, I'm going to go after you. Of all people who need to be threatened are air traffic controllers who've been under stress like nobody else.
Well, Donald Trump doesn't seem to care whatsoever, because he told the air traffic controllers, again, y'all letting Trump act as your dad, as your parent, as the father you never had. He told the air traffic controllers to get the hell out of bed, stop sleeping in, and go to work now. And go to work, air traffic controllers, immediately, or I'm going to start docking your pay. But my thing is, what's going on with her ears? Why it look like she got gauges in there? Are her earrings just that heavy? It's like ripping down on her earlobe. For real, like what is going on with her ear, bro? Look at that. Why her ears look like what? That looks like it hurts. She got some nice teeth, though. A lot of makeup. She got like a whole, like half an inch. She got like a half an inch of makeup over her actual face. Look like she wearing a mask. Donald Trump told the air traffic controllers that they need to get back to work. That's what he said. He said, get back to work. He tweeted out, he put it on Truth Social. He said, I'm going to dock your pay. Stop messing with us, man. I know I fly private, but my American people, they need to go ahead. Y'all got all these flights, like people getting angry with me. I'm not taking the blame. Get back to work. So air traffic controllers are on the clock. No more sick days for y'all. And I think that everybody gets paid back pay. So, there's that. I think even all the people that like lost their EBT or they didn't get it when they were supposed to, I'm pretty sure you like get all that back anyway. So this was just a holdup. I deal with some people that like, sometimes when we'll do jobs, like they don't pay you right away. Like you might not get a paycheck for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or whatever. And for me, I never really care. Like as long as it was in a reasonable amount of time. Like if I get paid within 30 days, I'm fine for a job that I do. A lot of people, they're like, oh, we don't get paid the same day. I ain't even going to do the work. I'm like, I don't even need the money right now. Like if I did, that'd be a problem. But a lot of these, there's a lot of check to check living. And I think it's tough because, but these people will get their money back. As long as they were working up to this point, they're going to get retroactively paid, which probably could help them at this point because a lot of times if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and not always, but a majority of the time, you're just not making good financial decisions, right? From a standpoint of saving or investing. So this might be the influx they need because they've been living below their means based off of their check not coming in all the time or, regularly. So now they've taught themselves how to cut back. And now when they get all this money at once, they may be able to get themselves ahead and always have a nest egg and continue to build on that and snowball it. So I would always look at these situations like there's a positive to look at rather than just focusing on a negative that comes along with it, because you can always turn a negative into a positive if you have a positive attitude. However, there's a lot of people right now that are not having a positive attitude about this. And let's look at a few of them here. This woman doesn't seem to be very happy that the shutdown ended. Not really sure why, but we'll let her speak for herself.
Breaking motherfucking news, right? The government has now opened back up because the Democrats have caved, okay? Not only did the Democrats cave, they also decided that, SNAP benefits are going to be reinstated and everything, which is good. Everybody getting their SNAP benefits back. We got to feed these, hungry children. Like that African lady said that was trolling the American children, talking about make sure y'all eat y'all food because it's starving kids in America. I didn't find that funny at all. Now, let's get to the real thing. The fact that they caved in, one of the new things that's on there, if you receive medical from the state or anything like that, you will not be able to get an abortion. I knew they was going to swing that in there. So now, I don't want to hear nobody saying nothing about a motherfucker keep having a whole lot of kids and getting on government assistance, because the government feels like that we should keep having kids and we should overpopulate the motherfucking economy, okay? So if I come on this motherfucker next week and let y'all know, hey, I'm going to be pregnant with twins, I will be posting a GoFundMe so you can help take care of me and my new babies that I'm going to, have, since the government said I can't get an abortion or anything like that. So it's just like, dang.
Oh, what is going on? Like, I didn't even know. I just knew that she's upset that the government shutdown ended and the Democrats caved, which they did. But I didn't know anything about the whole abortion thing. And so if you're on Medicaid, they won't pay for your abortion. Is that the gist of it? I don't know if this is verified or not. Let's just take what she's saying at face value. Bro, like, and I want to ask this question. Because we're not going to get into the whole abortion thing. Abortion doesn't really affect me at all. Not even just from the standpoint I'm a man. Like, obviously, I could get a woman pregnant, but I'm saying it doesn't affect me at all for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to get into. But I will say this. Doesn't it hurt your body as a woman to get an abortion? it's a very unnatural process to get pregnant and then have somebody destroy that pregnancy. And it's not a natural thing. So I don't really know this actually, but you know, if anybody wants to care to tell me, just because I'm wondering, if you get an abortion, does it have any like long-term effects to, you know, possibly you having kids in the future? Does it hurt you in any way, or is it just as simple as like, you know, you just get it done and that's it, and you know, you don't deal with anything? Like, is there pain involved? Like, I don't know. It's all weird, but okay. Let's see if she got anything else other than that part.
Damn, we can't have shit. Y'all, that's what y'all wanted? Y'all wanted to stop abortion when there's other shit that's going on out here. Like the money that y'all
I didn't even
taking
hear that
from
part
the
of it.
taxpayers and giving it to other fucking countries like Argentina. And you worried about fucking abortions? We should be able to choose if we want to have a baby or not. Mistakes happen. So you telling me I have to raise another fucking baby that I don't want, that's going to be coming in a broken family because the father is probably going to run off or do whatever the fuck they please because some of these men don't stay. They get you pregnant and they fucking leave. So now that I have to have more kids, I wonder, are you guys going to take care of it? Since the government. Are you going to take care of these kids that I'm going to be pushing out? So I'm letting you guys know right now, I will be having, I have 2 kids now, and I'm going to have 4 more. And I'm glad that the government did this. So now you taxpayers can take care of my kids.
Bro, how could she make such a serious issue sound so comical? Like, what is going on? Like, here's my question to her, though, to her specifically, because, you know, everybody always has their own opinions on this stuff. But to her specifically, right? Can't you control whether you get pregnant or not? Like, honestly, isn't that up to you? Like, there's obvious, like you can just go on contraceptives and prevent it that way. And then obviously, you know, like there's condoms and stuff like that. I guess the woman can't always make sure the guy's on the up and up. He might poke a hole in it or he might take it off or something like that. She ain't really paying attention. I'll give you that one. But also you can just like not have sex with him. And then how are you so sure that the father's going to run off? And if you're messing with guys where you're like, the majority of them are going to run off on you, aren't you picking the wrong person? Like, why are you even having sex with men that you know are not even going to take care of their kids? So you messing with a guy, he got like, he hits you up, you meet him on Tinder, and he got 6 kids by 5 different women, and he ain't involved with none of them, and then you allow him to run up inside you and then get you pregnant. Also, you can go out and get an abortion, and then if you do end up going through and having the kids, you know he's not going to be there, and you just going to be baby mama number 6 and be his 7th. Like, I don't know. I never understood it. I think that's one of the reasons why I think like abortion isn't a big issue, because it's so preventable. Like, I always look at things like prevention is the best key, but you know, I guess everybody doesn't look at it the same way as me, and that's fine. We should all think for ourselves. But I think this lady is kind of crazy. Let me look at a couple of comments, because I wasn't really planning on really doing too much with this, but she actually has took the conversation into a different direction. And since we're live, we don't necessarily have to stay exactly on topic, and we can kind of move around. So let me just pull this up, because we weren't going to look at the comments, but I want to see what people are saying. Not having medical insurance, we can't afford it anymore. It's not okay. Let's see. Pregnancy, it was government. Did the government even say you can't have an abortion, or they aren't covering that under insurance, because those are 2 different things? It's the same thing, though. It's the same thing, because they want the government to pay for the abortion. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what she was arguing about. I know didn't they ban it in some states? Some states you can get it, some states you can't, right? Like the Democratic states, usually you can still get it. The Republican states, you can't. That was the Roe v. versus Wade whole situation where they just left it up to the states. So maybe in like Texas, you can't get it, but in South Dakota you can or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up names. Wisconsin or something, you can probably get it. There were 8 who caved. Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't even know that part of this because no one's ever even spoke about that. The main thing they were talking about was the healthcare situation. But as far as what the Republicans said, they just said that they don't want illegals.
Hey, what's up, America?
I didn't mean to go to his thing.
Breaking news, the government shutdown has...
Man, get off my screen. Here, let me do this. We're about to listen to her. The only thing I heard, the main thing that they were talking about was that the Democrats wanted to keep it so illegal migrants can continue to get free health insurance under like Medicaid, Medicare, or whatever the case is. So that was like the main issue. I never heard anything about the abortion thing, but it all just comes down to, I think, personal choice for the most part. And I know people always want to take it to the extremes, but the extremes are a small percentage of the reason why, women are getting abortions. And the woman just said it. She just said it. I'm going to go out, I'm going to sleep with a whole bunch of pookies and losers, and I know they ain't going to be there to take care of the kid if they get me pregnant. So I'm going to have the baby, and then the government and the taxpayers are going to pay for it, or I'm getting a damn abortion. And that's it. So I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and hear what this woman has to say.
Have an end to the government shutdown. However, these are the 8 Democratic elected officials that sold you out. No affordable care tax credits right now. Democrats got nothing. Democrats got nothing except for a promise to discuss affordable health care tax credits in December. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means you will be paying double, triple your affordable care credits because you're enrolling now. It's already too late. You're enrolling now. The plans end December 31st. So here are the 8 Democrats who sold you down the river: Vermont, Arizona, Michigan, New Hampshire, and Wisconsin.
That was these people. Didn't they put them on? Didn't we have them on screen? She talking about these people right here. We don't need to listen to her. These the Democrats they're saying that sold y'all out. These Democrats right here. Tim Kaine's always involved in something. I don't know most of these other people. Like, oh no, John Fetterman. He's been speaking up a lot lately. Tim Kaine and Fetterman, they're involved. Yeah, I don't know the other people very well. All right. Let's go ahead and hear from a collective of people that are upset.
The Democrats caved. How do you feel?
Well, it looks like Democrats are caving to Donald Trump and the Republicans.
Oh my God!
So it turns out that Chuck Schumer was indeed behind the Democrat plan to cave.
We have treason in the ranks. And I guess these, whoever these folks are, us, want to be primary.
What? This is all they're going to get is a promise.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, all of these establishment corporate Democrats, they need to be primary as soon as possible.
So basically, the Democrats. But let's just be real with this.
Who put this music back here, bro?
Democrats are caving.
I didn't put the music up.
The president has wanted the government open on day 1, and this seems to be a good way to.
That music, bro. Whoever put that music on is wild, bro. Everybody hurts. You ain't hurting no more, man. The shutdown's over, man. The EBT's coming back. The Medicare's coming back, although you ain't gonna be able to afford it, but it's here. And your cash assistance, your WIC. Shout out to all the mothers that got to get WIC, possibly because they had a kid with a guy that they shouldn't have, and Second, he was like, oh, I made a huge mistake. I got to get out of here. And he jetted on you and your kid halfway through your pregnancy term. He tried to get as much as he could before the kid, but he bounced in like month 7. And then now he's going to get another. And then now you got to get on Wick and Snap. Because, I mean, technically the man's supposed to be the one that takes care of that, or y'all supposed to do it as a collective. But when you don't got a man there, because naturally 2 people are supposed to take care of a child, that is the reason why kids need 2 people to make them. The man is the spark of life. The woman is the incubation. And with those 2 together, you create a very beautiful child, which we're going to look at a very beautiful child at the end of this video in our warm story, because we always end on a positive note. And I want to look at a very, very cool, awesome baby boy that was taken in by a foster mom. And I thought it was incredible. Actually, he was adopted, so it's going to be his permanent family. But my thing is this, right? Like, kids are supposed to be raised by 2 people. And if you don't make sure that you procreate with somebody that's going to be there, or at least make a pretty good idea, like you can look at the history and pretty much be able to guesstimate what's going to happen, you know, then you'll be good. But if not, then you got to depend on Daddy Trump. Trump going to be your kid's daddy. That's what's going to happen, man. Or Biden's going to be your kid's dad, or Bob Dole, or Hillary Clinton, or Kamala Harris, or Bill Clinton. You might get Hillary. Hillary might be the president, and then Bill might be vice president. Then you got a mother and father. Then you got yourself and a mother and father for your kids. But if you're a single parent, then the government is the other parent for you almost all the time. So pick your poison. You can pick a loser guy that's gonna get you pregnant and then dip, and then you can go ahead and whoever the president is in the current administration, that's gonna be your kid's father. Or you can get you can pick the right guy and have the guy that's gonna be there. Because the one thing that I would never do is run out on my kids. It's not happening. But I don't want to be picked by most of y'all anyways. Y'all stay the hell away. Listen, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Just stay away from me. I don't even want to have kids with none of y'all because it's all bad. All right, let's go ahead and check out Don Lemon. Or no, we got Bernie, I think. Yeah, we got Bernie. Bernie's pissed off. Bernie doesn't like what happened. Bernie was holding strong. He was holding on for dear life. He was like remember Lion King when Mufasa was on the ledge and Scar was up there and Scar could have extended a paw and helped him up, and Scar looked at him. He's supposed to be brothers. The Democrats are supposed to be brothers and sisters. The Democrats seen Bernie holding on for dear life on the edge of the cliff, and they pawed his ass off. Oof. And he went and he fell into the herd and got trampled, and that was it for Mufasa. And now the kid ain't got no father, Simba. And now he went Timon and Pumbaa trying to figure it out. That's what happened to Bernie. Bernie got the eight Democrats looked at Bernie on the cliff when he said, "Please help me," and they pawed his ass off right off the cliff and watched him fall to his doom. And now Bernie's pissed. Bernie doesn't like it.
It's voted with the Republicans to allow them to go forward on this continuing resolution. And to my mind, this was a very, very bad vote. What it does, first of all, is it raises healthcare premiums for over 20 million Americans by doubling, and in some cases tripling or quadrupling. People can't afford that when we're already paying the highest prices in the world for healthcare. Number two, it paves the way for 15 million people to to be thrown off of Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. Studies show that will mean that some 50,000 Americans will die every year unnecessarily. And all of that was done to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%. As everybody knows, just on Tuesday, we had an election all over this country. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted, but tonight, that is not what happened. So we've got to go forward, do the best that we can to try to protect working class people, to make sure that the United States not only does not throw people off of health care, but ends the absurdity of being the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. We got a lot of work to do. But to be honest with you, tonight was not a good night. Tonight, 8 Democrats.
Yeah, it wasn't a good night unless you might work for the air traffic controllers or you were one of the people that wasn't getting a paycheck for the last 40 days. Then it might be a good night for you because they about to back pay you a whole bunch of money, assuming that you worked through all of this. And, you know, so they're gonna be sitting pretty. They're gonna get all their money up at once. Very soon, very shortly here. And a lot of other people. And then, you know, the SNAP benefits will kick in. You know, it's gonna be all right for a lot of people. Some people not so much. And look, our government does do a terrible job with healthcare, mostly because the hospitals charge more than they need to. I think the hospitals be making like a 5,000% profit on some of the stuff they be doing. Like their profit margins have got to be great. If I was smart, I would have just invested in United Healthcare when I was younger and I'd be a billion. It would have paid, it still wouldn't have covered all my medical expenses that I probably would have built up by now, but it would have been a start. And our medical, like if you look at any other country, and one of the things that I'll agree with Bernie on is that, well, it's not free in other countries, but I think it could or should be free in America because we pay so much in taxes. Like I know people getting like 45% of their paycheck taxed, 40%. In New York, Mondani just got in and he wants to take like 52%. I think it was like 50-50. They take like half your check in New York and now Mondani wants another 2%. So it's like, yeah, if you taking that much out of and then like it might as well make healthcare free at that point and stop letting the hospitals charge so much. Like let the hospitals eat. I'm not even upset at that. Like the hospitals can eat. I'm cool with that. I want them to make a profit. I want them to be able to pay their nurses, pay their workers, pay their doctors, have a good, clean, healthy building. But the money they be making, bruh, listen, it's overkill, right? Especially when you're talking about the lives of people having to make decisions on whether they're going to live or die. I just had to have an operation more recently where it was like detrimental, not to my life exactly, to me staying alive, but like I had to pay out of pocket for it. Like insurance wouldn't even cover it, but they wouldn't even cover some of it. And it was preventative care. It was like, it was to fix me. They wanted to give me a treatment that only they wanted to give me a treatment. What I did, because I had to pay cash for it and it was expensive as hell. But I had to pay cash because it was a cure for what the issue was, right? They just wanted to treat it. They said, we'll pay for it as long as we're only treating the issue. But if you want us to cure it or fix it, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to pay for that yourself, buddy. And even then, you know, it's still an issue. So our whole system is broken. And, you know, assuming that healthcare premiums are going to skyrocket, I do think that us as the American people are in a very tough situation at this point. But I think if the Democrats, if it is true that they were trying to get healthcare for non-citizens of the U.S., then that's a problem. And I'll say that, and I'll end it here. Remember what Bernie said at the end of this video. Bernie said that in every other country, they get free healthcare. Let's see if we can find that part.
off of health care, but ends the absurdity of being the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. We got a lot of work.
He said we're the only other major country on earth.
People, we got a lot of work to do. Major country on earth that doesn't get.
The only other major country on the earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. Well, if that's the case, then why is people from every other country trying to come here and live here? And why Bernie looks so crazy in the screenshot? All right, we moving on from Bernie. See what Don Lemon got to say. Then we're going to move on from this and get into some other news.
And here in Washington, D.C., with the breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C., the Senate has reached a deal. Senate Democrats have reached a deal to give Republicans what they want. Now, according to this CR, it's going to have a CR to January 30th, which is a continuing resolution, a promise of vote to vote on ACA subsidies in December. Just a promise. A minibus of bills, including preventing future rifts and reversal of layoffs under the shutdown. And SNAP will be funded through fiscal year 2026. Again, that's the breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. from my sources. There is a procedural vote that's happening right now as I'm taping this, but it looks like it is a done deal. Senate Democrats have caved to Republican demands with only a promise to vote on health care in December. Details are still coming in, and we will bring them to you as we get them.
Yeah, Don Lemon's not happy. He said that the Democratic Party caved into the Republican Party, which I'm going to call as long as the Democrats keep this up, y'all are the children, the Republicans are the parents, and they run this. You know, the Republicans run this. They said, we're not listening to y'all whining and crying. Go sit over there in the corner and continue to whine and cry. We don't care. Listen, get your ass over there and you're about to get a spanking. You know what? No more candy for you this week because you're acting sporadic and you need to be tamed. You need to start listening. We told you what was going to happen when we started the shutdown. We said we're not budging. We don't need to. You live in our house, our rules. If you don't like it, you can leave. And some people left the country. There was some people, you know, I had a couple of videos queued up where I was going to show people actually leaving the country. One person went to like Austria or Australia, one of the two. And he said, I'm moving out there and I'm going to let y'all know how it goes for me. Because he said, I can't be here under this regime. I'm not going to be led by a king. And so he dipped. But, you know, other people said, you know what? And if you look at Don, right? He doesn't like it. Lovely said, I agree with you. Our system is broken. Yeah, the medical, like, man, it's just a price. Like, and I don't know how it's been like this for so long. But the simple fact that they don't even give you, if you ask a doctor what the price is of something before you try to get work done by them, they won't even tell you. They'll tell you, the first thing they do is say, oh, you got to go through your insurance. Do you have insurance? If you just tell them like, I just want to pay out of pocket, they're like, they don't even want to take your care. Honestly, if you're not paying with insurance, they almost won't even take you. Like they'll fight you tooth and nail to not even deal with you. They don't even want to do people that don't, because they know they got to pull out them real prices. When they ain't taking healthcare and inflating the prices by 5,000–6,000%, then they don't even want it. It's like the car dealership when you try to go in there with all cash to buy a car. They don't want it. They don't want you to buy a car with all cash. They want you to go in there and take out a loan. The car dealerships do not like it when if you're trying to go in there and buy a $15,000 car and you come in there with $15,000 with $100 bills, they damn don't even want to sell you the car. They rather you get in $5,000 down and go ahead and get on a payment. Nothing down really. And you know, they're talking about the 50-year mortgage now, which is crazy. You know, we should talk about that, but that's a different topic. The 50-year mortgage is crazy. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about that in a standalone video. I'm going to put a video about that because I want to talk about that, but I'm not going to do it on the live. I'm going to do a separate video for that. So be looking out for me to talk about the 50-year mortgage because I want to discuss that in detail, but it ain't going to be now. Anyways, what do y'all think about what's going on with the Govy shutdown? At this point, we are 40 days into it, and it's looking like there's going to be a resolution. The Democrat constituents are pissed. Don Lemon's mad. Bernie Sanders feels like his brothers threw him off a cliff, and that's where we're at. We'll update this as necessary. Probably talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But that's that. All right, let's go ahead and get into some other topics. Let me close this stuff up real quick. I had that in the back. We're done with that. You know, I want to talk about some hip hop related things because, do I have anything else? Let me see something. Oh yeah, I saw that. What do I got queued up? Got Mondani. You want to look at Mondani real quick? Let's go ahead and see what's going on with Mondani. He came at 50 Cent. He came at 50 Cent a few days ago. We'll just check this out real quick. See Mondani coming at 50. Thought this was kind of funny. See what he's got.
What I would say to you, 50, if you are indeed watching, or anyone else who's watching this show, is I continue to think that having the top 1% of New York City, who are making more than $1 million a year, having them pay 2% more for an economic agenda that would transform every New Yorker's life, including their own, is something that is worthwhile. And I do have to say, even though we have a disagreement on tax policy, every time I get a death threat, I still listen to Many Men. It's true.
Greatest city on earth, Zoran Mamdani.
I got 100 gun, 100 clip. Nigga, I'm from New York, New York. I got 100 round drum fit, fuck 50. I'm from New York, New York. And I know this up to the Joey crack. Hit a bit of sitting in that. Y'all remember that was Ja Rule's song? When he was beefing with 50 back in the mid-2000s. He made the song with Jadakiss and Fat Joe. I know Fat Joe was on. I think it was Ja Rule, Jadakiss, and Fat Joe. And they put out the record, and him and Fat Joe, 50 Cent. 50 Cent's actually friends with most of his enemies now, except for probably the ones that were a little more in the street serious. But all like the rap beefs, he's cool with all those people now. So maybe he can be cool with Mondani moving forward. But if you look at a guy like Cameron, him and 50 are best friends now. Him and Jadakiss are cool. They've had songs together. Even Jadakiss put out multiple diss records at 50. You're never the king of New York. You live in Connecticut. Something to tell that much, but I bet your last 2 quarters I'll never tell that much. Picture Kiss don't come out swinging. It's like going to see 50 at a show and he don't come out singing. Yo, Jada was going crazy. 50 didn't want it with Jada. I ain't gonna lie. When Jada put out that joint against 50, I mean, all bars. He was cooking. Remember when he got at Beanie Siegel? We talking about hip hop today anyways. Remember when Jadakiss got at Beanie Siegel? He said, something, Jada to murk you. The only thing left was a braid or two. Jada's cold, bro. I damn near gotta listen to some Jada. Man, you want me to pull up the 50 diss? Hold on, bro. I think I'm gonna pull the Jadakiss 50 diss up. We got time today, bro. Hold on. Do I got it? Listen to the 50. I don't even think I'll get copyrighted for it, honestly. Oh, let me see 50. Picture Kiss don't come out swinging. It's like going to see 50 at a show and he don't come out singing. And now him and Jadakiss are cool. Hold on, let me see. Jadakiss 50. I got this song on my heart because like all my old music I used to listen to, I got it all on my heart. Yeah, Checkmate. Checkmate, bro. Hold on, we're listening to it. He goes crazy, bro. Checkmate.
You did it, baby. Congratulations, homie. You made history. 1.1 million in a short week. Screw a press conference. Press this on your conscience. D-Block. Cheers.
Jada, bro, he's about to go insane, bro.
Feel marvelous. D-Block, double R. Fucking faggot. You on here on this like grown men, you won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. I rap my ass off. I'm fighting a champ with the glass jaw.
At the garden on Nassau.
See me, couple hood niggas behind stars. I heard you put a couple good niggas behind bars. Pray I might never sell that much. But you can bet your last 2 quarters I'll never tell that much. Picture Kiss not come out swinging. It's like going to see 50 at a show and he don't come out singing. Yeah, you got a felony, but you ain't a predicate. Never the king of New York, you live in Connecticut. You don't be in the hood, you be in the woods. Fucking with me, so we really gon' be for good. I hold a 4-5 myself and hop out the range on 145 myself. What up? This is a
God Brewer.
Since when has it become cool to get shot and not shoot back? Trackmaster shelf, Braveheart helped you, then everybody felt you. Now I gotta melt you. And don't try to pull rank on Kiss, cause the niggas I'ma send to do it ain't gon' miss. Be laid up stiff, I spit straight up piff. I did real songs with big, no made up shits. I don't got a problem with clout. You ain't get shot again yet, so what's your second album about? Nah, your raps are preschool. You made a lot of money, now be cool. Before I swell up your lips like seafood. Now get a mic check, you don't stand a chance to dance with me, dog. Your steps ain't right yet. Block is just fine, homie, the D straight. Most likely your new CD is a weed plate. Bunch of love songs, 100% pure garbage. Just something to break up buds on. You should just sell clothes and sneakers, cause out of your whole camp,
your flow's the weakest.
I'm in the town where the young boys is clapping. You running around with the lieutenant and captain. It'll take a lifetime to see Kiss. You had to get shot 9 times to be rich. Rat ass nigga, you's an animal. You's a motherfucking animal. Pig ass nigga, you's an animal. You's a motherfucking animal. Snake ass nigga, you's an animal. You's a motherfucking animal. Matter of fact,
you ain't no animal.
I'm gonna show these motherfuckers
how to handle you. Oh my God, bro. Bro, it was crazy back, bro. If y'all wasn't involved in what was going on with hip hop, man, listen, like at that time, bro, like the rap beefs were insane. Like honestly, bro, like, and another thing too, like. So he was going at it with Cameron. Now I ain't gonna lie, 50 had clapbacks though. Don't act like 50 was clapping back. Banks, Yayo, the whole G Unit was basically G Unit versus the whole industry though. Like Kiss was piling on, Fat Joe was cooking, Ja Rule and all of them, Cameron, and then a whole bunch of other miscellaneous guys. You know, they were all going at 50. 50 put out Piggy Bank on the massacre, sent shots at Joe, sent shots at Jada. But this diss by Jada was crazy, bro. And I can put this diss out in 50. You can't be mad at me for playing this because you and Jada Kiss, y'all are best friends now. And you got over it, so I can play it. It's relevant to what's going on with Mondani. You started with Mondani. Mondani just said he wants to tax you an extra 2%. And you doing that, you over there in Louisiana anyways. Why you even care? Cause he put the tweet out. I mean, he was on Instagram and 50 said, 50 was like, New York is dead. Yeah, that Jada Kiss, that Jada snap, bro. And this wasn't his only diss. He had the Problem Child. All right, we're gonna do one more. We chilling tonight. We're gonna play the Problem Child diss. Hold on real quick. He had the Problem Child diss on 50. The Problem Child diss was crazy. Hold on. Problem Child, bro. I know you ain't man enough to tell me where you're coming from. Bro, he's about to go crazy, bro. Hold on, bro. We got to play it real quick, bro. Oh, yeah, Styles P was on this. He said, I'll piss in your vitamin water. That was when 50 got the 400 million from vitamin water. Styles P jumped in, bro. Styles P was like, You better be careful. Mondani mess around and go get an Avengers team. Mondani go ahead and get an Avengers team and come back at you, Fifth. He might get everybody together from New York, since he's the mayor of New York now, and say, yo, we need to put like a 30-minute diss track out on 50. 50 will welcome it though. 50 loves it. 50 ain't backing down from nobody. It ain't gonna be sweet. This Problem Child, this was crazy. Let me play this. Styles P damn near got off crazier than Jada. Hold on.
Load up.
Yeah, High Value. But this right here, this right here is crazier, bruh.
Yeah. Where you at, nigga? Load up, nigga. Yo, can't really figure this clown out. Where's he from? Jamaica, Queens, Cali, or down south? Not gonna let an LA gun hit him, but Grape Street already told me you paying to run with him. I could let a New York knife poke him with one of my throwaways, but I don't wanna see no cops smoke him. Somebody tell Paul we riding and get ready to auction off the car he dying. Whenever we bump heads, since you like having people with you, get you a hospital with bunk beds. Without Dr. Dre, you would just make slow jams. Come up out of that witness protection program. Hov don't really respect you. Get in your place. If Big was alive, he'd have probably spit in your face. Nas been doing just fine without you. Pop
probably would have did it without him, without you.
Yeah, so I guess that just leaves me here to get rid of you. And Rakim and them, they don't even consider you. M know you ain't got nothing for Jada, and I know he appreciates all the money you gave him. It's 2005, nobody fights fair. I just know an instrumental's your worst nightmare, but you tough and you bad. Too bad, you mad. Probably been in your old hood more than you have. Yeah, you sold more records than me, but in the streets you gon' always be second to me. We was damn near feeling you, even though your career is based off somebody
damn near killing you, bro.
Shit you be doing ain't even considered rapping to us. Nah, this is probably the best thing that happened to us. The best wankster, internet gangster, magazine mobster, shit on your whole roster. Get ready to say Hail Marys and Our Fathers. Get out your black suits and hard bottoms. Don't worry, I got him. He ain't a problem child.
Just a child with a problem.
We love it, nigga. Let's go.
Tell me where you're coming from. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm about to get into Styles P. So listen. So 50 came at Mondani, right? He got it right here. He said New York is dead. 50 said it, right? And people were going in on 50 on the comments. You went from 50 cent to 1 cent. But then he also put this up. He said, I'm out of here, bro. He said, I'm moving to Florida, 50 on his IG. 50 going crazy, right? Now, I can play these disses because him, Jada, and Styles, they're all cool now. But this was back in 05 before 50 made up with all these people. He ain't never going to make up with Ja Rule and them. But Styles P about to go crazier than Jada.
Block, don't think it, nigga. Take a piss in your Formula 50. Drink it, nigga. Get shot out the Reeboks, nigga. Got shot and ain't shoot none back. Use a biatch, nigga. If I would've got shot on Grandma's stoop, I would've had somebody Grandma do. Right? In the streets, they say 50 who shot you. Name 3 niggas soon as he came out the doctor. Come on. And you far from a gangster, nigga. You was talking about yourself when you made wankster, nigga. Listen. Why work out? Cock guns on the DVD. Run around with cops from Homicide and TNT. Nigga, you could suck my dick. Come around without cops. Shit's on. You gon' get touched quick. Cause I was at the vibe when it jumped off. Put 50 grand up. You pussy. You ain't even lift a hand up. Man stabbed some. Police grabbed some. But besides that, I ain't seen nobody man up. Shit, what the plot is about. Cause you know that. You don't need a dentist to get shot in the mouth. In the hood, hate your shit. But you hot in the south. It's the crackers that buy the album. What's the plotting about? Many men make a wish, but we ain't many men, so you gon' get death when we let them send me spit. What?
Why can't you be glad to know? But tell me where you're coming from.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was so lit. I ain't gonna, like, honestly, like, you know, you look at it. Should I watch my own show? Yo, like, and the crazy part about it is, like, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of bring me back to, like, I was about to go, like, all the way. y'all about to see a whole nother side of me. I gotta chill. I can't listen to that because like I'll start saying like I change the whole lingo up and everything. Like I'm not that far removed. I'm not that far removed from the streets. You know what I mean? I put myself in a whole different position, but it's still in me if I need it. It's still in me if I need it. Man, listen. Hey, and I ain't gonna lie, like, man, we ain't gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But yeah, so Mondani, he went ahead and fired back at 50. He came out to the Ja Rule song. So Mondani, he's strategic in the way that he's moving. I appreciate you for the comment, High Value. Yeah, so Mondani's strategic in the way that he's moving, but you know, whatever, man. We're gonna move on from this whole situation. But I thought this was absolutely hilarious by Mondani, by 50 Cent. And 50 Cent will at this point continue to troll Mondani indefinitely as long as he is the mayor. And even after the fact, he's gonna continue to disrespect Mondani. And I think that beef between him and Mondani is gonna kick up. Because 50 Cent ain't really even a rapper no more. I mean, he is. He's always gonna be a rapper, but he's not putting out music consistently anymore. He'll jump on features here and there. So, but he's more in a political realm. He's more of a businessman now. So him going at Mondani actually makes more sense than him getting into a rap beef. So expect those two to have a lot more jab stone, and they might even get into haymakers. I want to look at this real quick. This streamer, she got into a car accident streaming on her phone, talking to her chat over on Kick. So let's just watch this real quick. I don't know. I got it queued up. We can check it out. Got it right here. Check this streamer out.
Take a ecstasy.
I'll pull it out real quick so you can get her at. I know all the dudes gonna want to pull up over there and see Jackie. There you go, right there. That's who it is.
I just hit a car.
How'd she get that name? She must have been on early. Like it ain't even Jackie 01. It ain't even Jackie something. It's just Jackie.
Take a ecstasy.
She probably been streaming for a while. But you see streamers do all this. And listen, I know the women y'all be getting cooked because people say women can't drive and all of that. But my thing is this, everybody be doing that now. Like everybody be in their phone while they're driving. I think most people at this point, like you don't even really think about it. Like you be on autopilot. But the problem with doing that is if something abrupt happens, like usually you'll be fine looking at your phone. You know, maybe you want to switch YouTube videos. Maybe you want to send a quick text. Maybe you want to just press the button to get Siri's attention, or Siri made a typo, so you got to go in and you try to use voice to chat, but Siri messed it up. You got to go in and recorrect the word or something or whatever. Or maybe you're just in an all-out argument with your boyfriend, or maybe you're just streaming on Kick and you're not paid. Like everybody does it. The problem is when something strange happens on the road, right? A chicken's crossing the road, or somebody abruptly stops at a yellow light instead of going through it, and you're expecting them to go through it, but they slam on the brakes really quick. And then all of a sudden your engine is in their trunk. You know what I'm saying? And then it's over for you. It's like, so, but that's why we have a lot of fender bender crashes and a lot of small little minor crashes, like what just happened to her. And, you know, she doesn't seem to care at all. She just chilling. You know, her insurance gonna cover it. Insurance.
Oh my god, I fucking hate myself right now.
There's a simp in the comments right now. Hey, don't worry. If you just spend a night with me, I'll pay whatever that bill is. Don't worry about it. They over there. I bet it was people in the chat sending, I don't know what Kick is. What a Kick, how do they're not super chats on Kick. They were sending donations over on Kick. I love you. Let me take care of you. You need the man to drive your car. There's men in the chat. They over there like, that's why you need a man to drive your car. Let me be your man. I'll take care of you. That won't never happen. I'll do everything that you need. You don't even need to be on Kick no more. Let me take care of you, Jackie. I love you. I love you. Oh, yeah, you see Jackie right here. She took an L, crashed her car on live. I wonder if Kick's going to ban her. A lot of times Kick be doing that, but there's so many people that do IRLs on Kick that you see it all the time. I mean, it's actually more common than not. I see people on Kick all the time. They be all in their phone driving, not paying no attention, doing 90 on the highway. I'm on Kick. Do you dare me to drive? Remember that song by Phil Collins, In the Air of the Night? And they could have tried that other guy from Drowning. At Phil show, he found him. You could have rescued me from drowning. Now it's too late. I'm on 1,000 downers now. I'm drowsy. And all I wanted was a lousy letter or a call. Hope you know I ripped all your pictures off the wall. We talking about hip hop, man. I got a lot of quotes. We don't talk about hip hop enough, actually, honestly. This is like my first show where I'm talking about like hip hop topics. Have y'all seen the show All's Fair? It just came out. It's starring Kim K. It's got Kim K. What's the other girl? I don't even know other girls' names. I know them by face, but I don't follow them like that. I think is it Naomi Campbell? It might be. They got the one black girl. Anyways, we were watching that. We watched the first 3 episodes. I like bad shows with weird plot lines like that. So I was excited to watch the show. And they put out 3 episodes for the season premiere. So I watched all 3. You know, we watched that, and I like the show personally. I like the show. Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, they gave the show very, very bad reviews. Terrible reviews, actually. Matter of fact, let me pull the reviews up. The reviews were awful. Where's it at? Damn, it went down. The reviews went down. Hold on real quick. I got it right here. Oh, do I want to do that? That's fine. Yeah, they went down. Hold on real quick. Look at it now. It's even worse. Rotten Tomatoes, bro. All Is Fair. Who's in there? Was it Kim K? Naomi Watts? Oh, it's Tiana Taylor. I don't know why I thought Naomi Campbell. I couldn't have named anybody outside of Kim Kardashian. I don't even know. Like, I know him by face, but I'm not watching him like that. This guy right here, Matthew. His character's pretty cool. I think I like the show personally. That's just me. But IMDb says the show is awful at 2.9 out of 10. This is equivalent to you like having to stay another year in school. This is well below an F. This is not a D minus. This is like 2 Fs on your test. I mean, 4% from Rotten Tomatoes doesn't even register. Like, I don't know how bad. I think listen. I'm not going to say it's a great show. I like it personally, but I like bad shows. But a 4%, bruh, just the simple fact that they have pretty good production, the camera work is good. It's not just, this is not like Tubi quality. Like, it's actually like there's some money put behind this show. This show is not a cheap show at all. To give it 4% is crazy, bruh. I don't think it's that bad. I think you could go in like the low 40s as far as a percentage. 4%? I mean, damn. But that's what it is. And, you know, Kim K, she plays a divorce attorney specifically, but basically an attorney, a lawyer in the show. And so she actually came out recently and she said that she's actually trying to be an attorney in real life, which I didn't know. I think she does a good job in the show. I don't want to give spoilers or anything if you're planning on watching it. Probably not if you looked at the ratings on it. However, she says in a post recently, well, I'm not a lawyer yet. I just play a very well-dressed one on TV. She is very well-dressed in the shoe. Very well-dressed in the show. 6 years into this law journey, and I'm still all in until I pass the bar. No shortcuts, no giving up, just more studying and even more determination. Thank you to everybody that has supported and encouraged me along the way so far. Falling short isn't a failure, it's fuel. I was so close to passing the exam, and that motivates me even more. Let's go. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation. You get it. So, yeah. She plays a lawyer on TV. She's trying to be a lawyer in real life. And I just want to say, keep up the hard work, Kim. I like the show. I think you did really great in the first 3 episodes, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the season. I think you got a show coming out tomorrow. I think it comes out on the 11th. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not afraid to admit it. I wouldn't lie to y'all. I'm not going to act like I'm too good to watch All Is Fair with Kim Kardashian as the main actress in the show. And even though that, you know, everybody else is saying it's terrible, I like this show. All right? So you can tell all of these people that are giving you bad ratings and saying that the show should not be watched, that they can stick it. I want to hear from the people. Let's hear from the people real quick. What do we got? This person gave it a 5-star. The people seem to like it, though. Let's see what this person had to say. This is shockingly bad. Lucy Megan's Guardian review is spot on. All's Fair review. Kim Kardashian's divorce drama is fascinatingly, existentially terrible. I adore the A-list actors in the show, but clearly Kris Jenner, any producing control has ruined what could have been an empowering show about women. But instead, I'm staring at designer clothes, flashy cars, bling jewelry, so much makeup, you can't see the facial expressions, and it honestly feels as if everyone was too scared to challenge the quality of the scripts because of Kris, who has no idea what a credible scripted show requires. The plot and writing is painful, and poor Kim doesn't have any passion to act. She simply can't react to any of the real actors, but this is another thing on her tick box list. Please give some acting lessons if there's a season 2. I don't know a single female friend who has enjoyed the series so far. Let's get a good female lead series out there. We can do better. I don't know. I disagree. I think the acting is good. I actually think that this show is a good show. Like, I disagree with Yaz Jenkins and whoever Lucy is. And they saying females don't like the show. Do y'all like do the women like the show? This is supposed, like, if as a guy probably shouldn't like the show because, yeah, it's more about like women's empowerment and stuff like that. And the guys, unless you're probably possibly like, you know, a feminine guy or, you know, gay or something, I guess, maybe, I don't know. But like, then you probably would like it. But let's see one more. All the people that say the series is really good makes me scared for humanity. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to watch the rest. LOL. That makes sense. It's so cheesy. It's entertaining. Spoiler alert before you read any further. Okay, so this is spoiler alert. Can't spoil me because I already seen all the episodes up to now. Kim's husband wants a divorce, and all she can manage to say is, "What are you talking about?" With all the Botox and fillers forcing her to keep the same expression every scene. Of course, he only left her shoes. See, I don't even notice stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest. I guess when I look at it now, I might look at her face and understand if she can make certain facial expressions. Now that I think about it, her face doesn't really make a lot of expression. That is true. But she's a over glorified, extremely rich lawyer that wears nothing but designer clothes, lives in a mega mansion, drives a Bentley. It all makes sense. The character actually works. If she was a poor up and coming lawyer or something like that, then it wouldn't make sense for her to have a face full of Botox. But in this situation, I mean, yeah, she absolutely has. Let me see something real quick. I'm about to ask a woman real quick. Let me see if she'll answer the phone real quick. I'm gonna ask a woman that watched the show. Yeah, I'm on a live stream. We're talking about the All's Fair show, and they're saying that the women don't like the show. So I'm trying to figure out. I want to hear from a woman. I want to hear because I can't talk like when I look at the show, I probably see it in a different lens. They're talking about the Botox in her face. I'm looking at some of the reviews. Rotten Tomato gave it like a 4% out of 100%. IMDb said 2.9 out of 10. So it's getting awful reviews. It's getting ripped. Most of the people are saying it's an awful show. But what do you think about the show after watching the first 3 episodes of All's Fair?
I mean, I guess after hearing all the comments and stuff, I can agree with how they're portraying like such a high fashion lifestyle, but they are lawyers, and aren't they in like California or LA or something like that?
Yeah, they're in Cali.
So, and they do talk about that in the show as well. Like they're all around the table talking about, oh, I went and got this filler done and my butt gyrated or whatever is going on. But
This person says,
I think they're hyper focusing on like the actresses and hating on them more so than what the show is about. But now that I think of it a little bit more too, are they really like, not a lot of the show has been about the actual divorced people. It's more about what's going on with the lives of the actual lawyers than them being a lawyer. Shouldn't they be like in the courtroom and stuff?
yeah, a lot of it is like, I don't know, a lot of it is like the mediation part of it. They don't even really get to, they've never actually been in a courtroom for anything. They basically just threaten everybody and nobody takes them to court because they always got some damning evidence somehow that's perfect and nobody fights it. They just get their way all the time, which now that you mention it, yeah, we've not seen a judge at all in the first 3 episodes. So that does kind of make it seem a little cheaper. But, okay, this person says, this show has all the depth of a thimble. It's supposed to be about powerful female lawyers, but it plays more like Real Housewives. Legal Aid edition. Every courtroom scene looks like it was styled by Balenciaga and written by someone attempting to make the leap from writing porn. Kim's acting is ambiguous. She delivers her lines like she's reading them off the world's slowest, sassiest teleprompter, but her wardrobe fabulous, inappropriate, but fabulous. The clothes are doing the heavy lifting here. Honestly, the outfits deserve an Emmy. They talk about some of the other people. Kim brings the same emotional range she did in her very first video, only this time there's lighting, makeup, cameras, fashion. They're really getting on Kim. They're really attacking Kim. They're saying that the actors that she brought in are this seems almost like they dislike Kim as much as, like, I mean, what do you think about that statement from this person? And do you think that the show is also
Only 3 episodes in, like they're really hating on Kim and all the fashion and everything. But what they were talking about the courtroom. Like I said, I don't think we've been in the courtroom.
Yeah, there was I didn't see it. I never got to a courtroom. It was all just like, mediation, sitting down, trying to come up with a deal before it has to go to court. And they always seem to get their way. They always got something where it always works out in their favor. They haven't lost yet.
So they're definitely, I mean, it's really one-sided with the ladies and them being just everything for them and this lifestyle. But I think that's kind of what the show is about. And they came up and they're winning. They're doing a good job. Like, I think a lot of people are just hating, especially on Kim. But I found it interesting that she's going to school to try to be a lawyer now. I don't know if it's like.
Yes, I think she's been doing that for a while, like years at this point. She just keeps failing the test. The other thing about it is it feels like the feminists are the main ones that are upset. Everything I'm seeing is like they expect this to be a women's empowerment show, but they're saying like she's basically being disrespectful towards the feminist movement in a way that she's operating in the show. Because I'm hearing feminism a lot, female empowerment, and they're all kind of upset about that. And it's all women in the comments that dislike it.
But who can really relate? I mean, are any of those comments from actual lawyers out in LA who are living that kind of lifestyle? And how would they know what it's like? I don't feel like they're really giving it a chance.
All right, let me give you this last comment. So this person here says, All's Fair is one of the most frustrating new releases of the year. It presents itself as a modern feminist legal drama about 3 brilliant female lawyers, but the show never actually lets them be brilliant. Nearly every conversation loops back to the men. Their emotional stakes are still centered on men. It feels like the writers believe the only way to make the female characters interesting is to anchor every scene to romance or relationship drama instead of intelligence or professional mastery. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's a good comment. I kind of agree with it just because I'm thinking about it, and yeah, it's all about the men in their lives and really just about themselves where they're not really talking. Like, there's some scenes where they're around the table and they're looking at the papers and talking about their clients, but it doesn't really go in depth about how they're going to help their client, or, I mean, I don't know anything about lawyer terms or fighting a case or anything like that, but I haven't really heard anything from it either. So where is the intelligence in all of that when they're just gossiping about the men in their lives and why they don't have one, or when they're going to get one, or what they're going to do with the ones that they have? And then now I think the latest one was about Kim getting pregnant, so that's going to be drama around the baby. So what is the show actually about at this point?
Yeah. And they continue to go on, but the thing is like the premise of the show is about them being divorce lawyers specifically. Like that's what so it always has to come back to the men. And traditionally, women always compare themselves to men. They do it in the labor force. They do it with college statistics. They do it with many aspects, CEO roles. It's always come back to the men in real life. Like, as far as I've seen, all the statistics that you look up from anything from a woman, you say, how many women, you can just go, I mean, if you go on Google right now, I'm pretty sure if you Google this, how many women have graduated from college? is gonna pull up some statistic like 78% of women graduate from college compared to 58% of men, and women are more enrolled in college at 9 times higher than the average male at the same age. It's always that way.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I feel like the people want to see more of them, I guess, using their intelligence rather than, their bodies and stuff.
But again, like that's always been the thing though. Like, and women use their bodies. Look, like honestly, the show understands that if they didn't use that part of it, it wouldn't get any views at all. So I think it's a bit disingenuous by some of these people, but for you, your overall as a woman, what you've collected from the show over 3 episodes, what rating are you giving it, and what do you think about it so far? Your personal opinion.
My rating out of what, 10?
Yeah, you can go out of 10.
I mean, it keeps me entertained. Like, it's not a show where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn it off, it's trash. And obviously with these people's comments, they're continuing to watch it, so it's not that horrible. I'd give it like at least a 6 or a 7, and I want to keep watching it to see what goes on. There's gossip in there. It's, maybe they'll get to some points like in the courtroom and all of that and start fighting cases or talking about divorce lawyers. But in reality too, like all of the lawyers that are featured, the 3 like main characters are all going through like their own kind of relationship issues, which makes the show even more interesting. And with Kim, she's in the middle of the divorce right now, so that kind of ties into the show, like not necessarily them being actual lawyers, but I mean, like I said, I want to keep watching it and see what happens. That one girl, though, I don't know what her name is, who doesn't have the man at all, who has the 3 boys, who had like the sperm donor. She
That was Niecy Nash. She's Emerald Green on the show.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't have any of those issues going on. So it's they all have their own different like relationship standpoints right now,
and that like
that's
and you
what they're basing the show around, rather than them actually being lawyers, because the show is called All is Fair, right? So I mean, maybe that's more so what the show's on than actually them trying to like show themselves in the courtroom.
Yeah, and honestly, like if you look at a character like Emerald or Niecy Nash, I mean, she's basically the symbol for feminism. She has 3 boys, no father. She had the kids basically through the where you get pregnant by yourself. You just use a semen sample basically, and then you have your kids, and she raised them as a single mother all by herself. She's completely rich, not dependent on a man, 100% independent, very successful, got 3 perfect teenage grown man teenage boys. So I mean, that's women empowerment and feminism if I ever seen it. The last thing about it was they said Halle Berry was actually supposed to be on the show, but there was a scheduling conflict with another project. So she was supposed to be on the show, and she ended up exiting after she actually got the role back in 2024 when they started to film it. So that's kind of interesting.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have liked that. I like her as an actress.
Yeah, and
I think people can just have hate. I think they're just like, oh, we didn't want to see all of this, but what did you want to see then? I don't know. Somebody in the courtroom, like no drama, just a divorce court case the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's what the people are saying. IMDb Rotten Tomatoes doesn't like it. I think it's a cool show. I like it. Definitely want it. They said the women don't like it, but you know, you gave them your opinion on it, so it was pretty
Does
interesting.
it say how many shows are supposed to be in this season?
I'm assuming 10.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to circle back and see if it improves.
Yeah, let me see. Does it say it? Yeah, they're only showing up to 4 now, but usually it goes to about 10 episodes. Maybe I got it right here. They're saying 9, at least.
Maybe the end of the season we'll do a recap.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for taking the call. Well, y'all heard from it. You say you're gonna go watch the show, High Value? Yeah, it's a good show, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a good show. It's a show that I don't mind watching. All right, let's keep on moving on. Let's go to... I didn't want to do that one. I want to talk about Delonte West. We can look at him real quick. Delonte West. Not that one. Delonte West got arrested. I don't know what the hell happened to Mr. West. And I'm not talking about Kanye, although some would argue what happened to him too. But Delonte West, for some reason, has been arrested again. And things aren't getting any better for Delonte. So hopefully he can make it back to the NBA one day. Big Sean, he got a new girl. The women are fuming right now that Big Sean left. Jhené Aiko. I actually like Jhené Aiko's music. She makes some good songs. But Big Sean, he took his leave. He decided not to get married to Mrs. Jhené Aiko and go ahead and get him a supermodel. So here he is.
Everyone chat real quick. Say hi to the GOAT.
So there he is with Neon, popular kick streamer Neon. Big Sean is happy with his new woman. They're saying that he stole 10 years of Jhené Aiko's life, had a baby with her, and then dipped. Without ever giving her a ring. And I gotta go check that. And so yeah, people are upset. People are upset at Big Sean because he chose not to marry. Oh, I need to go here. He chose not to marry Jhené Aiko. And I don't know. What do y'all think about it? I wasn't going to cover this extensively just because, like, you know, for me, like, when have we ever seen a celebrity couple that stayed together? Ever. I mean, or something crazy didn't happen. The only one we can really look at that, especially from the black community, is probably like a Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think they're like one of the only ones that are still together at this point. And, you know, I think about it from a standpoint of like, what'd you want from Big Sean? He said he'll stay with her, he just don't want to get married. And if she wanted to get married, she should have never been with a guy like Big Sean. Because he never, ever said that he was trying to marry her in the first place. Like, I don't ever remember him. He even put out the actual, I don't know if we could find it, but Big Sean put out the statement. He had the interview. What was it with Vlad? He had the interview where he said, I'm not marrying this woman. Hold on real quick. Maybe I could find it. Let me see. Big Sean. He said, I'm not marrying her at all under any circumstance. That's what Big Sean said. Oh, he was with Charlemagne. That's what it was. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. This who's got it? All right, let's go to this one. All right, let's do this. He said he's not gonna marry her.
With you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. To me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. You know, people be like, "Oh, you got to get married." To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, "Oh, you have to get married," but then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. The divorce rate's so fucking high, and I'm not like discounting anything, and I'm not saying that we aren't gonna get married, but what I'm saying is that it's just, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done, I feel like, in general.
Well, take it from somebody who's been with their woman for 26 years, right? It's always gonna be ups and downs.
Period.
The work's never gonna stop.
Yeah.
Especially raising
26 years?
Been with her 26 years. Got married in 2014.
Oh,
so
shit.
you're married for 10.
Wow.
So it's gonna always be ups and downs.
So what took you 16 years to get married?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's kind of like a hard
I really
thing,
don't know. I really, truly, honestly don't know. In my mind, I felt like I wasn't where I needed to be. Right? But I did know this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. So my mentality is, hey, I already know it's going to be, no relationship is going to be perfect all the time. So if you're thinking that you got to wait for this fairy tale magical awakening where everything's going to be all good all the time, it's just like, no, that's not the way life is.
No. I don't think it's that. I think that it's just seeing so many different, the thing about Janae is that we have so many relationships. It's like being peers, being in a group together, parents, romantic, all that, it's like, it's a crazy connection, because no matter what, we're always going to be tied together, no matter what. So I think that doesn't discount that, like, she and me both have to be on the same page. Not to say we aren't, but I feel like I can only speak for myself, that there needs to be like more work done so we could keep going. Because
I mean, we don't need to hear anything else. This is just all circular talk. He's not really answering the question. He's basically speaking like a politician. He's made not one single direct answer to what Charlamagne asked him. And honestly, I don't think he needs to. Like, he said no, man. But what happens with, women sometimes is they'll get the answer the first time and then they'll ask it in a different way, or they'll ask it over and over until they get the answer that they want. And then eventually you just end up getting strung along, because instead of just accepting the first answer, it was like, she asked, "Do you want to get married?" And he's like, if he ain't jumping for joy, like, yeah, let's go ring shopping right now. Like, at that point, you know what to expect. He's not trying to be mean about it. And he's like, look, like, that's not really where I'm really trying to move. I'm not trying to really move into marriage at all, ever, especially with you. And she didn't want to accept it. And she stayed around when, if she really wanted to get married, she should have left. But I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Because let's say that she does really want to get married, and then she goes ahead and, he leaves her, she leaves him, however you want to look at it. And then they get together and they end up, and she leaves him, and then she gets with a man that wants to be married immediately. Like, he's on it. Like, within the first month, she's engaged. Within 3 months, she's having a wedding. Huge, big, glorious wedding. Were you trying to be with somebody for the marriage, or you were trying to be with somebody for the wedding? Because it's two different things. And I think a lot of times we have people that only want to be there for the glam and the wedding part of it, but not the actual marriage part of it. And there was this huge debate that was going on just last just last week where people were talking about ecclesiastical marriages. And basically, an ecclesiastical marriage is when you get married under religion and not the state. So it's basically just under religion. So you can have like a pastor or a priest or whatever, they'll marry you, but you don't actually sign documents through the state. Ecclesiastical marriage. And a lot of women probably wouldn't want to do that because it's like, well, possibly, I guess, but because they want that, possibly. And Janae Aiko, she's doing really well. I don't know if she got more money than Big Sean. I don't really know who has more money. I would assume they're probably about the same. I mean, I guess I could look it up and check. Let me just check real quick and just see if it had anything to do with the money part of it, which I don't really think so. I think they're both going to be fine. And what he was saying too was like, look, they say Big Sean got 26 million. All right, let me see. That's just the first thing that came up. Janae Aiko net worth. Let's see what her net worth's at. I think she has more money than him, honestly. Oh, damn, she got way less. I'm surprised. I thought she was a little more. I mean, they're saying she only has 6 million. So Big Sean, 26 million, Janae, 6 million. So it could have been more of a financial thing for her too. Like she want to make sure she can secure the bag. But she got his kid. And I don't know about Big Sean exactly, but he doesn't really seem, we've never heard anything about him being a bad father or anything like that, being an abusive guy. I don't think he's going to leave her high and dry no matter what, as long as she is fair to him. And we haven't heard her really come out and do anything crazy at all. Like she ain't posted no crazy IG posts or went on Instagram Live airing them out, putting out all kind of statements. She's been pretty quiet for the most part. So I think it's unfortunate for both parties. Janae was like out here wilding out. We were seeing her in the club. The DeJounte Murray situation, we might even get into that. And she was with NBA Youngboy and all that. But we ain't really seen Janae Aiko do anything crazy. Although they did say she put out some records kind of dissing Sean or talking about the whole situation. So, there's that. But nothing that was insane, right? No really over-the-top disrespect to Big Sean by her. So I think it's just unfortunate. I thought, it seems like they could have worked it out. But again, it's another L for Black love. And, you see it right here. These two have split up. Big Sean is happy with his new woman. That is a supermodel that might possibly be younger or older than Janae, but is not Janae. So I don't know. What do y'all think about that? We could go a little bit deeper into all of this, but I'll just say that, I don't think marriage is the most important part of a relationship. Since they have a kid, I think it might be all right a little more for them. But I think the kid would tie them together more than any marriage could do. And honestly, if you got a solid relationship, I don't really believe you need to be married at all. If you got a lot of things that you're worried about, if you know you're going to make a lot of mistakes and you want to be able to have those mistakes masked by a marriage, I think that's when you want marriage more. But if you know you're going to be solid, because I'll just say this, and I don't know about Big Sean and the reason that he left. Obviously, he got with another woman immediately, so that might tell you something. But I would just say this. For the most part, men don't leave women that treat them well and that don't do anything that is going to be a detriment to the relationship, to him, to the family or anything like that. Men don't really leave. And, some of the statistics prove it. Like women are the majority that file for divorce. It's like 8 out of 10. And I know people will fight back and say a whole bunch of things about it. Those are just the numbers. 8 out of 10 women file for divorce on average. So it just says that men really don't leave relationships, but then, women will say they're not happy and all this other stuff. So there's that. But for me, I don't think marriage is necessary to keep a relationship intact. And honestly, marriage is synonymous with divorce. So if you get married, you're probably going to get divorced. And statistics prove that too. So shout out to them. Hopefully Janae gets somebody that she's happy with and she can get married if that's what she really wants. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of suitors out there for such a lovely lady as Aiko. All right. Let's go ahead and look at some more topics. We're about to get into Max B really soon. I want to look at two more things before we get there. Let's go ahead and check out this kid right here. And we'll prep it real quick because I want to talk about, and after this, we're going to get into Max B. We're going to look at Jim Jones and then we're going to get to Max B. I want to talk about this guy right here and see what y'all think about this, because this rapper right here, and he's not like a huge rapper. I don't know who he is. Maybe we should check out. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Let's go ahead and listen to one of his songs real fast. Whatever pops up. I've never listened to any of his music at all. I don't know who this guy is. I just seen his story, and then he made a response to it. So we're going to check it out. Looks like he actually, he looks somewhat established. Let's just go to whatever. This is the first one I see. Old Streets. Let's hear what he's got to say. Let's listen to one of his joints. This is him. We're listening to music today. Looks like he's from Kentucky. All right, that's him. That's him. We gave him his whole song. I want to go ahead and listen to him and see what's going on. Now let's check the video out that has went somewhat viral, because this rapper right here was caught doing DoorDash to try to survive. Let's check it out.
Damn, yo had a fell off and shit, man. I thought DoorDash was the end for me, and this shit turned out to only be the beginning, man. Like, once again, y'all have blew my mind. Like, not gonna bullshit. I was expecting to be laughing stock of the world again, but y'all ain't having it. Y'all ain't having none of it, and that's why I fuck with y'all so much, bro. I'm not gonna get on here and play victim. You know, I done made countless mistakes. I believe life is your experiences in life is a result of your actions, and I'm well aware of every scenario, every situation where I made poor judgment, poor decision making. You know, I know everything that I did that led up to where I'm at, but at the same time, shit does kind of hurt when you're back against the wall and you ain't got nobody to call on. 100. I came in this industry 19 years old, 5 years ago, showing love to everybody I came across. 100. Y'all showed me that I can call on y'all. Y'all see what I got going on. Y'all see what I'm going through. Y'all streaming the music more than ever. Y'all making videos to my shit. Y'all making content, all type of shit, man. I appreciate y'all so fucking much, bro. Like, y'all giving me a second chance at this shit. And I swear to God, I'm gonna make it worth it. I'm gonna make this shit shake. I'm gonna give y'all the best music I done ever gave y'all ever. I'm gonna go hard for y'all how y'all going hard for me right now. I'm happy that I'm able to give a big relief to a lot of my fans and a lot of my supporters that is out here doing the same shit in the same predicament, hustling, door dashing, whatever it is. trying to get it every day. I'm ready to be outside again today in the streets of Atlanta, DoorDash, doing this shit. If you see me, say what's up. Let's take a picture, snap it up. It's all love. You feel me? I don't even know what else to say for real, man. Like I said, this shit's all because of y'all, bro. This shit is literally all because of y'all, bro. I was literally just 5 days ago DoorDashing, feeling like fuck. How the fuck did I get here? But I can't lie, I do feel a lot better now, knowing that y'all with me and y'all supporting me through this grind, through my journey. Y'all gonna help me bounce back. You hear me? Too Lost, the album is out now. The deluxe is on the way. Y'all keep streaming the music, keep tagging me, keep DMing me, keep everything, man. Hey, we up with this shit. I'm gonna be FaceTiming some fans tonight, just trying to repay y'all for all the love y'all showing me, man. I'm gonna just try to keep this shit coming, bro. Like I said, I'm DoorDashing in the streets of Atlanta today. If you see me, say what up, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, so rapper, DoorDash, what do y'all think about that? I know it's kind of like a thing where you look at rappers and you're like, man, you should be out there selling drugs, robbing people, snatching chains, flexing it on Instagram, and staying in the streets. But, you know, for this guy, he said, you know what? And from the song we just heard from him, he doesn't really seem like he's a straight up gangster rapper or anything like that. It kind of seemed like he was a little more inspirational. It's still hood in a way, but, you know, but my thing is this, like, it kind of brings into question, like, the appearance that he has. Because if you're doing DoorDash, it's probably going to tell me that your jewelry's fake. And that's just, like, honestly, like, and it doesn't necessarily mean that, but, you know, it points a little bit more towards that just because it's like, you can't afford the jewelry that's around his neck doing DoorDash at all. It's impossible. You just don't make enough. There's no way. So, you know, either, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But, you know, from this, he was able to go somewhat viral. And we just listened to a song right here. And I thought he did a pretty good job on the record. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of is what it is, man.
Every night we ate bologna meat.
Yeah, he's used to it, though. He said he eats bologna meat, so. And he's got 302,000 subscribers. So this video right here's got 4.5 million views on it. I mean, that's not small. Like, so, yeah, I don't know. Like, his chains actually could be real, and he just fell off recently. Like, he ain't getting the same money that he used to. Because remember, this song right here is 6 years old. So let's see what he's doing on some of his more recent stuff. He should have put out a song called DoorDash if he was smart. Yeah, he ain't getting the same views he used to, but he's still getting a fair amount of views. He's doing okay. He's doing all right. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that, you know, a lot of it is just like, you know, we give a hard time to people for things that they can't necessarily control. And I think it's unfair. I think it's disingenuous to give such a hard time to these people that really are just trying to go out there and do the right thing. And we're seeing that from this guy. 406,000 views on this. Let's check out one more video by him real quick.
My bitch, I must admit I gotta cut a hole. Shawty with the shit, she grabbed it, blinking, let the cutter go. Now I make him sick with every fit, I want my brother clothes. Nigga play with this, we end it quick, I saw my brother's soul. Crossing my brother, didn't know you crossing me. They wishing death on me, wanna coffee me. Niggas will laugh at me and they all gon' see. I went hard for y'all to leave. Like damn, I miss the old streets, yeah. Back when they didn't know me, yeah. I swear this shit is so deep, yeah. Like I be the Kobe, yeah, yeah. Clutching on my blick, lighting up a spliff on the highway. Riding down the strip, trying to make a pick on a Friday. Always on my tip, niggas wanna get at me sideways. Niggas wanna trip, we gon' dump the clip at a high rate. I'm still with the gang, but not the same homies. I done lost the chain and watch some change on me. I walked through the rain and watched it rain on me. I took all the pain and left the blame on me. I ain't want the fame, I swear the fame chose me. Tried to switch my lane, but it still came on me. Really hate this game, I use the same OG. I see baloney, still the same old me. They can't wait for me to break, they just wanna steal my way. day. Go to war up the score for these niggas and they still hate. I do more for these niggas just by the day. I'm a proper for my niggas that lay the way. In love with my bitch, I must admit I got a hoe. Shotty with the shit, she grab the blick and let the cutter go. Now I make them sick with every fit I want my brother clothes. Nigga play with this, we end it quick, I saw my brother's soul. Crossing my brother, then know you crossing me. They wishing death on me, wanna copy me. Niggas will laugh on me and they all gon' see. I went hard for y'all to leave. Like damn, I miss the old streets, yeah. Back when they didn't know me, yeah. I swear this shit is so deep, yeah. Like I be the Kobe, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll leave it there. I mean, if you look at him, he's got his whole face tattooed. He pretty much said, you know, it's rap or nothing. When you want to tattoo your face and all of that, I mean, you can begin to try to do other work, but it's just really difficult. Like, you're not going to be sitting in the boardroom at a Fortune 500 company. You're not going to be you're not going to be going to the mayor's ball, getting invited out to prestigious events, unless you're a rapper. Then they might let you in, you know, for certain situations, but you're not going to be, you know, the CEO of Microsoft or you know, the manager at you're not gonna be the manager of Walmart. Like you can't look like that and get a lot of jobs. So it's just like he's all the way in. And honestly, if he's not doing good in rap, then he's basically gonna have to do odd jobs like door dashing and, you know, fast food and stuff like that, where he can be accepted, because he's not going to be a cultural fit for a lot of the jobs where you need to have your face present and they need you to be the image that they want to represent for their company. So, you know, it's going to be tough. And there's, you know, some other jobs he can probably get into, but yeah, he put it all into rap, and, you know, I hope he does well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get into Max B now. Let's go ahead and get into Max B now. Max B is home. He's home. Max B is actually a very interesting person. You know, we look at Max B and we say, you know, well, who is Max B? Well, we can talk about him real quick. Let's go to this story right here. This talks about it a little bit. You see him right there with French Montana. French, they actually started putting together a lot of music right before he got incarcerated. So probably it was like maybe like 07 to 08. He wrote Jim Jones. Matter of fact, we supposed to look at Jim. All right, hold on real quick. We'll look at Jim Jones fighting real quick. Hold on. I got him right here. Because him and Jim Jones, he actually wrote Jim Jones' biggest hit, and then they got into it over it. Check out Jim Jones real quick, fighting at the airport.
Bro.
At the escalator, arrivals. Lower level. Hey! Stop it! You're jumping? Knock it off! Listen, my friend. Knock it off! It's 2 a.m. against me! You hurt my friend. You fucking hurt my partner. You hurt my friend. You okay, Jimmy? They jumping me! Yo, sit down, sit down. Hey, you're not punching me.
He assaulted me. He assaulted me. They both assaulted me.
Go sit down.
They both assaulted me.
Your ass down. I don't fucking care. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down now. What the fuck did I just say? Sit your ass down.
Not listening.
If anybody knows anything about Jimmy, he does all upper body. He got the skinniest legs, but the strongest upper body you'll ever see. The last thing you want to do is let Jim Jones get a hold of you up here in the collar. He gonna flip you and throw you down the escalator stairs. And that's exactly what happened there. And again, if he gets his legs on you, he's gonna be ineffective. But if he gets that upper body on you, it's gonna hurt. Jim Jones has a very, very strong upper body. That's all he does, just pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups. And but he does nothing with the legs. So his legs are like toothpicks, but everything else on him is very strong. And so you see Jimmy right there where he threw the guy down the escalator. Now I'm just showing Jimmy because he ties into Max B extensively because they have a very long history. Max B has said things about Jimmy's wife. He's got into it. He said that he wrote Jimmy's biggest hit. We fly high, no lie, we rolling, bowling, they focused. I don't even care. I'm gonna get all kind of copyrights, but hold on, I'm about to play Ballin' real quick for y'all. Yeah, let's just listen to it real quick. 10 years ago. This is before, this is even before then. I think you might even see him in this video, actually. It said that Max B wrote this. Why is it such a low quality video?
But I spent about $8,000, mommy on stage, doing the ring dance. She let it hit the floor, made it pop. Got my pedal to the floor, screaming. We fly, no lie, you know this. Before we rise, outside, it's like showbiz. Could be going tomorrow. So I speed through life like it's no tomorrow. 100 G's worth of ice on the Audemars. And we in the street life till they call up.
All right, that's enough of that. I don't even like that song. I just remember how much I don't like that record, actually. Anyways, so that's kind of what happened with Max and Jimmy. They fell out after this song, and then he was actually signed to Jim Jones' label, and then after that, he basically held him under lock and key because of Max B's contract. So actually when Max B was in prison early on, he was still under Jim Jones' record label, and Jim Jones actually released him maybe like 5 years into his prison bid from it, and then gave Max the opportunity to become a free agent. And then I'm assuming he signed with like French or something. I don't know. I don't know about all that, but he actually, and I'm actually, I go a long way with Max. I go a long way with Max. I actually listened to Max a lot before he went to prison. And I actually knew him from, so this is what happened with Max, all right? This isn't his first time doing a long prison stint. He spent a majority of his life in prison, actually, Max B. People just know about this most recent one. And the most recent one was in 2006. It was a botched robbery at a hotel in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And a person was shot and killed. Max B and his stepbrother, along with others, were implicated. And then he got arrested in 2009. He was found guilty on multiple charges, and he got 75 years in prison, Max B. But then afterwards, he was able to appeal that decision, and he copped out to manslaughter. Aggravated manslaughter. So it went from 75 years to 20 years. So he basically was in prison since I think like 06 or 09, somewhere in that time. But then now we're in 2025 and he's basically been in prison for 20 years. So when he got that plea bargain, it took the time he was already in, because he got the plea bargain like halfway through his prison sentence. I think it was like somewhere around like 2013, 2014, he got the plea bargain. Yeah, no, it was 2016. So he'd already been in there for like damn near 13 years. And then they basically said, we're going to just give you like 7 more years at this point, 7, 8 more years, and you're good. We're going to count the other 10 you already did. So that got him out yesterday. Yeah, he got out on Sunday. And Max B immediately went to a football game afterwards, and we're going to show you that. But you'll see here where French Montana, he's been holding Max B down ever since he's been incarcerated. He's been like the woman that Max B never had, French Montana. He's shown him more love. You remember Blueface? He was in prison for 2 years. He said he gave his children's mom $90K. Blueface did. He said he left his baby mom with $90K to hold him down while he was in prison. And then when he hit his children's mother up and said, yo, I just need like a little bit of money on my books, she said, I ain't got no money. I need it for gas. So, you know, if Blueface would have had somebody like French on his team, Blueface would have been good. But he didn't have that luxury. He got caught with a children's mom that thought about herself first, and ultimately, poor Blueface was in prison with no commissary. No ramen noodles for you, Blueface. No ramen noodles for you. But, you know, we look at it and we say, you know, it is what it is. All right. So Max B, right, and you can hear him right here. I think this is in 2009. French called him on the phone. See, do we got a...
Yeah, no, that's your first gold record.
That's loopy, nigga. That's loopy, nigga.
That's big. That shit about to be, shit about to be platinum.
That's fucking huge, nigga. That's going on the wall, nigga. That's going on my wall. That's my first accolade, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh, man. Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, beloved.
No, it's big.
Man, that's special, beloved.
That's big. Now
that's two times. That's 2 B-days you outdid me, bro. I can't. Damn, I got... That's 2 times, bro. You know, City Island me. Now you hit me with the gold record, man. Damn, I gotta get the shit. I gotta catch up, bro.
Nah, first gold record is a good start, my nigga.
Nah, thank you, bro. I gotta catch up, man. It's fucking killing me with the birthdays, bro. Damn, man, you got me emotional, nigga.
Nah.
Turn this shit up, nigga.
Happy birthday, man. You know, yeah, you know, 10 years.
What is this? Oh, these are 2 separate things. Yeah, so you hear it there. He was in prison, and you know, he was held down by his friend French. So I'm gonna be honest, like, let me check his IG out. We're gonna check his IG out too. I got some stuff already queued up for Max. Let's just see what I got already though. I think we had him at the football game. Yeah, we got him right here. Let's check this one out.
New York.
Yes, sir.
Fresh out the can.
Damn.
Over 18 stretch.
Damn.
They gave me 7 and 5, but I'm back.
Yes, sir. You're back. And then this guy your 5th was right quick.
Oh man, it's...
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. They dripped him out in LV. They made sure they put a chain on him, put a ring on him, and they took care of Max. Max is gonna be well taken care of by French. French Montana has done very well during Max's incarceration. Very well, French Montana has. And as long as he's with French, he's gonna be good. But the one thing that they need to go ahead and do for Max, I know they ain't got great toothbrushes and toothpaste in prison, so they're gonna go ahead and get his teeth done. Expect Max to have a brand new, fresh set of pearly white veneers within the next 2 to 3 months, and I would probably say much sooner than that, maybe even by next week. But within about 2 months, he gonna be on his way over to the dentist, and he gonna get some brand new teeth in his mouth, because prison was not kind to his teeth. Although he looks pretty good overall, definitely looks pretty good overall. Let's hear what he's got to say.
It's Louis Vuitton, head to toe, all the way down to the sneaks, to the fanny pack. I'm here.
Okay. We see you. How you feel to be home, man? How you feel?
I feel righteous. Feeling good.
Feeling good.
I'm grateful.
Okay.
I'm thankful.
Love that.
It's good.
Okay, Max, you give anybody a styling tip? What would it be?
Listen, man, just be yourself. Get what you can afford. Get what you can afford. Be yourself and wear what you wear. If it look good on you, own it.
Okay. Right? We love that.
Yeah.
When you building your fits, what you start with?
Listen, man, I start with the drawers. I need Egyptian cotton. I got polo Egyptian cotton on up under here. I need Egyptian cotton. I start with the drawers.
Okay.
Then I do the socks.
Okay.
Then I do the tee. And then work my way around.
We love that. Yes, sir. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, New Jack City.
Why?
Cause man, it just is. It's in New York.
Yeah.
It's just a cultural movie.
Yeah.
And every time I see it, I watch it.
Okay.
Right?
What's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I don't think I can answer that. Because I got so many.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm my favorite.
Ooh. Okay. So what can it? Is there any new artists?
I agree with Max on that. I'm absolutely my favorite too. You asked me what my favorite Max B song is. I'd probably say Blowing My High. I do what I can and I do what I say. The Grand Crew got me high. But I like to smoke. Because she be leisure. Sending the Tennessee. Matter of fact, I'll play it for you. Max B actually is still in my, I was just looking because I was wondering, like, he's one of the only artists. Let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. He's one of the only artists that I actually have in my, because I don't use iTunes. I actually use YouTube Music for my stuff. But Max B is still in my actual, like, iTunes library because I used to use it all the time. I don't know if it'll pull over. Let me see. I might have to do it like this. Let me see real quick where I can do this for y'all. Yeah, he's I actually listened to a lot of Max B growing up. He was very influential, Max B. Let's see. Yeah, if you go through, yeah, you see it right there. Got Max B, got my old music in there, Redman. These are just a lot of beats. These are a lot of my old songs. But hold on, if we go right here, we can look at Max B right here. Shout out to Maxi. He's a St. Paul artist, actually, a friend of mine. Really good artist, Maxi. But we're gonna go to Max B. Got Maxi and Max B right here. 2011. He's still. This is like one of the. I don't think I bought this album, but somehow it ended up. Yeah, Blowing My High. This record right here. Can I play it? It's not authorized on this computer. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'll play it for you real quick. We're going to play a couple songs. It's probably one of my favorite. I can't really pick an exact. It's probably this, though. If I just had to pick one, I really like this song. I like the way that he put it together. Like, he's very masterful with the way that he puts together records. Like, really good at harmonizing stuff. I think he started a lot of that, honestly, with the way that he raps. So, let me see. Max B, Blowing My High. I'll just pull it up. Doing a thing, not doing a thing. I've been in the club to be leisure. Moving into the teacher. Ain't trying to have it for the teacher. Yeah, you might get back. They're not dumb, but they slick back. I don't need a well gone on nigga. I just think with my dick. Get up in the mood with ya. Motherfucking blowing my high. Motherfucker, you blowing my high. Friend crew got me high. I need it slow. Who's your door before it's opened up? Oh shoot, Max, bro, we gotta stop it, bro. Shoot through your door before it's opened up. Ain't that what you went to prison for, Max? Come on, bro. All right, we're gonna stop it there. Now that's probably one of my favorites, but he got a lot of good records. Max B isn't the type of person where you have a favorite record by him, because all of his songs are like on the same level. He doesn't have like a hit song. He just has like all really good songs, and then some are not that good, but he's pretty just much. He's just very averagely good, and he's an artist that I can just let play. Like I can just put on his playlist and just let it play, and I don't really got to skip songs very often. So you know what to expect from Max when it comes to his music, and that's one of the things I really like about him. Now we do got to get into some more of the. Actually, let's check him out a little bit more, and I want to talk about some of the actual ramifications of what he did, because Max B, in all honesty, was convicted of a crime that is murder. So it's like, that's something we got to look at. But let's go ahead and look at him again. I think we got him over with Method Man at this point. Very strange video. Somehow Method Man is taking pictures as the NFL crew. I don't even know what's going on here, but this is the video.
We out here. I know what's going on. What's up, beloved? Good to see you, brother. Agent 24. I'm working on it.
A lot of people mess with Max, man.
Give me a job. I want to do something. Give me a job. Give me a job. I want a job. Pull up, man. Pull up, man. Bring some of that to Carol. Bring some of that to Carol.
I like Method Man too. Method Man's a really good actor, by the way. If no one's ever seen Method Man act, he can act really well. So I'm not surprised he's out there. And I think Method Man has to be doing this just for fun. Like, he doesn't need the money, but Meth's always doing some strange things. I don't really know what's going on with Method Man, but I like Method Man personally. Like, he's always been 100 with me. So shout out to Meth. Shout out to all right, let me see. Oh, where were we gonna go with this? Let me see what else I got. Do I got other stuff pulled up? Okay, we got them right here. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that song bangs, man. Max he still looks good too. I mean, after spending all that time in prison, that's kind of crazy. Gained a little weight. Let's see. I don't know what this is. It said Jim Jones. We talked about Jimmy. Jimmy does not like Max B at all. So 50's going to go ahead and troll Jim Jones. We got 50 earlier with the Mondani situation. But 50 said, Jim Jones, he ain't going to like that. He about to drop a dime on Max and get him back in prison. Because Max is more than likely he's on parole right now. So one mistake, Max slips up and he's going back to prison. And the thing about Max is he's not immune to being in prison. Max B has already done, before he just did this 16-year stint, and again, we talked about it because he just did, 16 years? What was it, 16 years total? before that, from 1997 to 2005, Max B was in prison. Max B, at the age of 18 in 1997, he got arrested for robbery. He got out in 2005, and it wasn't only a year later when Max got caught for robbery yet again and did this prison bid all the way up until yesterday. So Max B has technically been in prison since 1997. Now I'm gonna say this. The amount of music that he put out within the time that he's actually been on the streets is incredible. Because he put out a lot of music over him only really being out of prison for like 2 years over like the last like 30 of them. Like the damn near the last 30 years, he's been in prison. He was only out for a couple of years and went right back to robbing and killing people. So, look, if history was to say anything about Max B, is he would end up back in prison within the next 1 to 3 to 5 years. And that's the truth. And the other thing about Max is like, he's always tied into some very dangerous things. Now, I'm pretty sure he's learned his lesson by now, because Max B at this point is, how old is he? Like 47 or something like that? He's not a young man. Max B. Let me get his age again. I'm pretty sure he's in like his late 40s. Max B age. Hey, he's 47 years old. He was born and he's been in prison basically since he's been 18. Max B, for all intents and purposes, is an institutionalized man. Like, honestly, he knows prison more than he knows the streets. And that's kind of crazy to think about because, you know, you look at him right here and you got another picture of him. Look, he's right here. He's in prison. He's in prison. All right. Max B. Got a lot of prison photos, Max B. Bigavelli. Prison. Prison. And Max B is every woman's dream. Every woman that, look, Max B, he got women lining up around the corner for him at this point, Max B, because he stays in prison and women love men that go to prison. All right, now, we'll look at a few more videos of Max. I think we've seen that one. We'll just go through. What else do I got? Oh, this one he first got out. French Montana, there to greet Mr. Max.
They finally did it. They finally did it. They finally did it. They finally did it. We going to Morocco. We going to Morocco. We going to straight to Paradise. We going straight to Paradise Kingdom. Hello, my nigga. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Say on this mad niggas out. Y'all niggas ain't believe. Y'all niggas ain't believe. Fuck wrong with these niggas, bitch. You niggas ain't believe. Niggas fuck wrong.
Threw a chain on him. I'm gonna be honest. I think that French Montana's more happy that he's out than Max himself. I don't think Max really cares if he's in prison or not. Honestly, like, he's made decisions to keep himself in prison for the majority of his existence. Like, again, since he's been 18, he's only been out of prison for like 2 to 3 years. And he gave us some incredible music during that small, short time. But Max, for all intents and purposes, is a dangerous man. Like, I mean, and look, I rock with Max. I like him from a musical standpoint. Would I want to hang around him and like spend a lot of time around him? Probably not. But just from a standpoint of me liking his records and stuff like that, I think he's a great artist, honestly. And Max has been had a lot of shout outs from a lot of prominent figures. You know, we can even look at it here. I think, did I have it here? Let me just see. I think they had to list all the people that have shouted out Max, but even guys like maybe it was this one. Was it this one? Yeah, even guys like Kanye West, you know, he had him on his album from prison. I forgot the one I had where it talked about all the people that shouted out Max, but like The Weeknd, obviously French Montana talks about him a lot. You know, a lot of guys have talked about him in the Wave, Tory Lanez, different guys like that. For some reason, Tory Lanez is in prison too. What's going on with Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion? Ever since Klay Thompson got with Meg, he's been shooting backwards. Like, I don't know what's going on with Klay, but, you know, Megan, you're supposed to pick Klay up, man. He about to be out the league if he stays with you any longer. And I don't know if that's the whole problem, but, like, honestly, man, Klay Thompson is out here moving wacky. Klay Thompson ain't been the same ever since he got with Meg. Matter of fact, shout out to Max. We're glad that he's home, I guess. I mean, unless you're one of the people that he killed, and maybe you never want him to get home. But regardless, let's go ahead and check out Klay real quick. Now I got to go to Klay because this is crazy. All right, we're done with Max. Let's go ahead and go to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson. And then I think we'll close out with this. I'm going to go to Klay real quick. See what's going on with Klay. Because Klay actually, him and Meg Thee Stallion, like, I don't know what's going on with these two. You want to save Klay? All right, we ain't going to go to Klay. I had Klay queued up. We'll talk about Klay tomorrow. Let's go into our warm story of the day. Or the night, I should say. Let's see this kid. Excellent young kid. He gets adopted. This is incredible.
It was a very emotional day. You know, it's a day that you're waiting for a long time. And for it to finally get there, it's unexplainable.
That is Jessica Villanueva there, a Meriden woman talking about what it's like to adopt a child through the Department of Children and Families. Today is Connecticut Adoption Day, when DCF lets us in to see those closed adoptions and highlights the children and families impacted by all this. NBC Connecticut's Jennifer Joes joins us now live with more on Jessica and her son's story. Boy, we could show that smile all morning long.
I know. He just melted my heart last year when I met him. This is Josiah. I met him last year when he was officially adopted by Jessica. He was just 6 months old at the time. And, you know, he had a rough start to life. He had to go through withdrawal in NICU because he was born with several drugs in his system. Then there's testing and physical therapy that follow all of that. But as you can see, he is such a happy child. I wanted to catch up with them again to see how it's been over this last year. Jessica says Josiah is a happy and a social little boy. There he is now at 1.5 years. He's nonstop. He climbs all over the place, she says, loves to play with the family dog, loves his older sister, music, dancing. She says it's just been such a blessing having him join the family, but getting there was not easy. If you start with fostering through DCF, it is a very long process filled with paperwork, trauma training, home visits, and a lot of emotional ups and downs. And that's because she says DCF's ultimate goal is reuniting the children with their birth families. Now, there's also a potential children could get matched with more than one adoptive family. So you get your hopes up, and then there's a lot of letdowns along the way. But for anyone thinking about adoption, Jessica says, take the leap.
It's a heartwarming thing to do, you know, because there's so many kids out there that need a safe and loving home. So if you have the ability to provide that for the child, I say go for it, you know, go for it. And you avoid these kids jumping from foster home to foster home to foster home.
You know, and she says that after having also adopted her daughter 5 years ago. So this is her second child that she adopted.
She knows the impact. And Jessica has such a big heart. I'm not sure what led her to this path to adoption, but there is a match for everyone out there. And, you know, we said it earlier, families come in all shapes and sizes. And Josiah and Jessica were a match. These
They
two,
were,
they are
I
so
know.
sweet. Jen, we appreciate you telling us their story of how their family came together.
Of course, and there's actually going to be 40 more adoptions happening just today.
Wow.
From everywhere from Norwich, Torrington, New Haven. So we're going to catch up with one of those families as well to continue telling their stories.
I'm sorry. His little face is so precious.
I know. He's so sweet.
So cute. Okay, thanks for the.
I got a question for, like, this is just a question, right? Okay, assuming that you're healthy, I'm just gonna take that off the table. Let's just assume that you're healthy, right? And you're a woman, and they tell you that, like, let's say you have a unwanted pregnancy, right? So you have a pregnancy, like the woman we seen earlier on TikTok that was mad about the government shutdown. We seen her on there, and she said, like, if she gets pregnant by a guy, she's gonna terminate the kid. If you had the option to know that your kid, that as long as you don't terminate it, is going to be born, if you leave it to its own devices to grow within your womb, the kid is going to be born within a reasonable time of, like, 8.5 to 9.5 months, and you could give the kid up for adoption so that kid could still have its life, would you do it? Like, it's going to be adopted to a great family, a woman like Jessica Villanueva, that she's going to be able to take the kid, and she's willing to. She said, as soon as you had a baby, I'll take it. You don't have to have it. I know you want to get rid of this baby and terminate it, but don't worry. Just have the baby. I'll take the baby. You're fine. If you knew that was the case, would you still go through with the termination? Like, it's just a question. I kind of wonder about that. But regardless of the fact, you see these two, a very, very great match made in heaven. I'm glad to see that this boy is with a mother that cares for him and gonna be involved and have a big sister and grow up not really knowing the mother that was with him initially, that obviously didn't care about him because he came out basically high on drugs because he was in a polluted womb. And, now he's going to be able to grow up in a normal situation. Hopefully he's not affected chemically and medically significantly from the way that he was treated during his pregnancy. And, I just look at it and I see stories like this, and, it makes me really hopeful for the future of the unborn children, that a lot of times, they're being created, or at least being conceived, and then they're taken out or not wanted, and they're optional abortion babies, but then sometimes they're born for whatever other reason. But then, there's always going to be possibly different parents that would take them in through foster care or whatever the case is, and they can begin to still have an opportunity to live and possibly be someone that can be influential for the human race and do great things. And this kid Josiah very well could end up coming up with a cure for a disease like cancer or something like that. And I think that, having good people on the earth can only produce good things for everyone else. So shout out to her. Shout out to this kid. I hope he lives a very great life. And I think that, we want to see more of this for the children that are unwanted by their parents. And it seems like nowadays it's happening more and more, where mothers and fathers as well don't want to be parents. So, at this point, it sucks for the children, but seeing this gives me hope that, they can be taken out of those situations and placed with somebody that actually cares for them. And good job by her. All right, we're going to end it there. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and what y'all think about the vegan pot pie? I mean, Lovely liked it. Lovely liked it. And shout out to you, Lovely. You're incredible. All of y'all are incredible. I got the best audience on the internet. It's not even close. Y'all are absolutely incredible. So go ahead, have some more delicious veggie pot pie and take some home if you like to. I got to get out of here. I'm DotSale.
I love you.
I did not mean to play that, but I do love you, just not in a simp way. I love you in like, I really care for you and appreciate you type of way. We want to do this. This was a fun show. We talked about a lot. Damn, 2 hours and 40 minutes? I thought I've been on here for like no more than an hour. Like honestly, I did not know the show was this long. But I wouldn't want to spend my time with anybody other than y'all. So there's that. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's build our family up more and more. I need some water. Been talking for 2 hours and 40 minutes straight. All right, peace, y'all. Have a good night.